Hey Python enthusiasts! Ever heard of Lambda functions? These little gems can make your code more concise and elegant. Today we're diving deep into Lambda functions in Python. By the end of this video, you'll know how to use them effectively to write cleaner and more efficient code. It's ready to unlock the power of Lambda functions. Let's get started. So what exactly are Lambda functions? Lambda functions, also known as anonymous functions, are small single-line functions defined using the lambda keyword. Unlike regular functions, lambda functions don't need a name. They're great for short, throwaway functions you don't want to define in a traditional way. Let's take a look at the syntax of lambda functions. It's pretty straightforward. Here lambda is the keyword, followed by one or more arguments, a colon, and an expression. The result of this expression is what the lambda function returns. Now let's see a simple example. Suppose we want to create a function that adds 10 to a number. In this example, add 10 is our lambda function. It takes one argument x and returns x plus 10. When we call add 10 5, it returns 15. Lambda functions are often used with functions like map, filter, and reduce. Let's see how we can use a lambda function with map to square a list of numbers. Here, map applies the lambda function lambda x colon x star star 2 to each element in the list numbers, resulting in a new list of squared numbers. Similarly, we can use lambda functions with filter to filter out elements from a list. For example, let's filter out the even numbers from a list. In this example, filter applies the lambda function lambda x colon x mode 2 equals 0 to each element in the list numbers, returning a new list containing only the even numbers. Lambda functions can also be used with reduce to perform cumulative operations on a list. Let's use reduce to find the product of all elements in a list. Here, reduce applies the lambda function lambda x comma y colon x star y cumulatively to the elements in the list numbers, resulting in the product of all elements. Lambda functions are also useful when working with higher-order functions. Higher-order functions are functions that take other functions as arguments or return them as results. Let's create a higher-order function that returns a lambda function. In this example, make multiplier is a higher-order function that returns a lambda function. When we call make a multiplier of 3, it returns a lambda function that multiplies its input by 3. So multiplier 3 of 5 returns 15. While lambda functions are powerful, it's important to use them wisely. Here are some best practices. Keep it simple. Use lambda functions for simple operations. If the function logic is complex, use a regular function. Readability. Ensure your lambda functions are readable and maintainable. Use with built-in functions. Lambda functions work best with functions like map, filter, and reduce. That's it for today's tutorial on lambda functions in Python. We covered the basic syntax and practical examples of using lambda functions. We also explored their use with higher-order functions and best practices. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting and informative content. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching and happy coding!